Okay, as you can see here, I developed a spreadsheet to determine the transportation cost for both the women's volleyball program and the men's football program at Farmington High School. Listed, I have all of the away games for both programs for the entire year. Um, the cost at Farmington is actually $1.10 per mile, and then we also charge a fee of $10 an hour for the driver. Um, so to start, I calculated the miles looking on MapQuest to and from the event, and then I multiplied that number that I got by the $1.10, and then I also took driver hours from MapQuest, so how long it took to get to that school, multiplied it twice for there and back. And then if it was an odd number, so for example to Pacific High School right here, it takes approximately 2 hours and 41 minutes to drive. So to calculate the number of minutes, I divided that $10 by 60, so got a per minute rate, which is about 16 cents. And then I multiplied that by 41 to get, or 2 hours and 41 minutes to get the total. And then I also added an extra $10 for their each sitting hour that they're there. So, for example, Pacific High School for the volleyball team would be a total of 4 hours and 41 minutes that the driver's getting paid. So that ends up being around $46.84. So as you can see, the sitting hours for the volleyball team, I averaged it to about 2 hours for a varsity match, depending on, in Missouri we play best 2 out of 3, so if it were to go to 3 games, typically your average high school volleyball game would last about 2 hours. And then the ones that I've listed that have plus JV, the JV will also be playing. We didn't add transportation in for them because the team sizes are so small that they actually just ride the bus together, and then JV sits at the location of the event and waits, and then rides home with the varsity team as well as a whole. So on those where the JV was added in, I actually rounded up to about 3 sitting hours for the driver. For volleyball, the total that I came out with was cost of transportation for that year was $2,486.88, and then for football, I got a total of about $1,122.82. As a volleyball coach, this doesn't really surprise me. Volleyball is a sport that does a lot of traveling. You have 20 to 30 games in a season, and you figure about half, if not over half, are going to be away every single year. Football doesn't have as many games in a season. They average 10 to 12. So obviously their cost is going to be a little bit lower, but football games are also going to last longer, especially when JV is added. So like I said, to me, this doesn't really surprise me. I figured that with the traveling, the cost would be pretty high at William Woods University, where I'm at now. At a college, the cost is a little bit different, just simply because we don't own our own buses. We use MOEX, which is a charter transportation, or we use our own school vehicles, and the costs are a little bit different there. So to me, this might be a high number, but I think it's also lower than some schools that you will find. And a lot of the schools from my classmates that I've watched their videos, we have a lower rate, and I'm not 100% sure why that is. It might be because we do own our own buses, or we don't charge very much for a driver. $10 an hour isn't a significant amount for a driver. But yeah, that's what I found.